Alrighty, I've picked one striker from every Premier League team to chuck into this tier maker and to rank all of them from 5 different tiers. We've got world class, top tier, which isn't actually the top tier, but I've named the tier top tier. Should probably change the name, but I'm not going to. Anyway, solid's 3rd, okay's 4th, subpar is 5th. I've got one striker from every Premier League team that I think most well represents their club, / has been used most in that position in the 23-24 season. Let's get into this. What am I ranking this off? I'm sort of ranking this off how much I like them as a player in terms of how enjoyable they are to watch, how effective they are, just how good they are, and a mixture of historically how good they are and this season's form. Let's start off with Fulham's Raul Jimenez, because he's first in line. Raul Jimenez is an interesting one. He had a quite good career at Wolves. He was quite effective in the number 9 position. He's a very, exuberant player. He likes to get into some rough altercations. But I think he's a very old-fashioned striker. In terms of dropping deep, he doesn't do it a lot. He's a bit more of a target man. He's a big body. He gets in there. He's a bit of a poacher. Raul Jimenez, I think he is a solid striker. I can't put him any higher, any lower. Ivan Toney, we've seen play 2 games in the Premier League this year. If we're talking last season, I mean, maybe not world class, but definitely top tier. I think because we haven't seen enough of him this season, and I mean, the 2 games he has played so far this season, he has scored. But he's just brilliant. He's so well-rounded. He can drop deep. He's basically the closest thing England have to Harry Kane without Harry Kane. He can drop deep. He can play make for the wingers. He can be that target man. He's good in the air. He's good with his feet. He's quick. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And should be on the plane to Germany with the England team for the Euros. Dominic Solanki. He's sort of just being a Bournemouth player. He's been a real Bournemouth player over the last few years, yo-yoing from the Championship in the Premier League, and he really just has been, Dominic Solanki, Bournemouth, number 9, does the job, hard-working grafter. Dominic Solanki this season's a top-tier striker. He scored a hat-trick against Forest. At the time of recording this, Bournemouth play Forest tonight in about 2 hours. So if he scored another hat-trick or absolutely flopped, I don't know, but nevertheless, Dominic Solanki is a top-tier striker. Again, he's a bit like Raul Jimenez, better than Raul Jimenez, but he's an old-fashioned striker where he's big body, he gets in there as a target man, but he's good in the air, good with his feet, and he fit. You see some strikers, and they just fit with clubs perfectly. I think another good example is like Ollie Watkins with Aston Villa. I think Dominic Solanki and Bournemouth are just the perfect combination. Toney and Solanki both go in top tier for me. Elijah Agbo is a really, really interesting one. Because on current form, he's world class. But obviously, I'm just going to take that out in case someone screenshots that. Obviously, Elijah Agbo isn't a world class striker. But at the time of recording this, he just scored against Newcastle. And in the game before that, he scored a hat-trick in a 4-0 win against Brighton. Where do I put Elijah Agbo? I think if you've got a Premier League hat-trick, I was originally going to put him in okay. But if you've got a Premier League hat-trick, you're probably going to go in solid. Purely due to the body of work Raul Jimenez has done over a number of years, I'm going to put Raul above Agbo, but I'm not sure how old he is. No idea, to be honest, but he is brilliant. He's very quick, he's very handy with his feet, and he's a good poacher, I'll say that. Plus, he creates goals for himself. Brilliant player is Elijah Agbo. I really enjoy watching him. Dominic CalvertLewin, I've got to put him in okay. It might be stiff looking at it in the fact I put Elijah Agbo above Calvert-Lewin, but I've really never rated him. It's taken him a long time to reach certain goal milestones for Everton. He really is just an Everton striker, and I think, they've brought in Beto hoping he'll be better, but Beto barely gets any game time. Is Beto that bad that he just can't start over a really bang average Dominic Calvert-Lewin? He's been decent this season, a bit better, but Everton are in a relegation scrap, and January transfer window's just passed, didn't get a new number 9. They didn't really need one, but he's okay for what he's done. Jared Bowen's going to go in top tier. I love Jared Bowen. I think he's still so underrated, and I think the new dynamic, ever since they sold Declan Rice, they went in, they got James Ward-Prowse, they got Mo Kudus, Mo Kudus could have gone to a top 6 Premier League team easy. I mean, West Ham are in the top 6 at the moment, but a big 6 Premier League team, traditional. And Kulis went to West Ham. West Ham forked out their money, and what a signing he's been. That new dynamic of Ward-Prowse in the number 10 role, Paqueta's been playing off the left, Bowen as the number 9, and Kulis off the right. It's worked so well. Jared Bowen, for me, has got to go in between Tony and Solanki. Bowen's not far off Tony, but I think he perfectly fits in the middle of both of them. Ollie Watkins, I mean, gosh. Ollie Watkins, I don't know. I don't know if he's better than Bowen. Because Bowen's very versatile in the fact he can play off the right and as a number 9 and have the same success. Ollie Watkins gets in the right positions for Villa, and he is a brilliant, brilliant pure goal scorer. Also with Ollie Watkins, he drops deep. What? Was it the Villa against Sheffield United the other day? He got 2 or 3 assists. He's such a good playmaker as well. And another Harry Kane-esque number 9 that England have. Obviously not the level of Harry Kane, but he's very good. It's a flip of a coin, Watkins or Bowen. I think I'd lean towards Jared Bowen. I rate Ollie Watkins really highly, but I think Jared Bowen's versatility, his creativity, his ability to drop deep, his ability to create off the wing, cut in with his left, find the back of the net while playing the number 9 role. He's so good at doing that across anywhere in the front 3. I'm going to edge Bowen over Watkins, but what a player Ollie Watkins is. Gabriel Jesus, I don't know, because he's had injury issues this season, and a lot of them. Eddie and Kitty have started a lot of games. Jesus has pretty much caught up to him now in terms of appearances this season. Last season, the first half, he was world class. But I think I'm going to put him top tier. And I mean, I'm going to base it off this season, and I'll put him in between Watkins and Solanki. I still think Gabriel, if I'm picking who is the better footballer, Gabriel Jesus or Dominic Solanki, I'm still probably going to say Gabriel Jesus. But it's not by a lot. It's not by a lot by any means. So, yeah, I think, again, Jesus can play off anywhere in the front 3. He's played on the right wing before. He can play on the left and cut in with his right. He can play as a number 9. He's small. He's quick. He's handy with his feet. He can get in there. He can score some absolute screamers. That's the sort of striker he is. He's a flashy striker. He's a unique sort of striker. But, yeah, I'll put him in top tier in between Watkins and Solanki. If we're talking last season, it's world class. It feels a little bit low to be putting him, 4th best so far. But, I think that's where he goes, based on everything. Isak's really tough, because he has got the potential to be one of the best strikers in the world. He's one of the best up-and-coming strikers in the world. I mean, he is so unique. Was it a goal he scored earlier this season is one of the best goals from a number 9 in the Premier League I think I've ever seen. It was either late last season or early this season. He was using he made about 8 step-overs in about less than 2 seconds, got around 3 players, dribbled in, cut with the right, buried it past the keeper. He's very injury-prone, but as a footballer, he's top-notch. He can play off the left wing, he can play up top. He's so quick, so lanky, so tall, so well-rounded. I think Isak's going to go above Bowen for me. And I'm putting him above Tony. That's just me. I think Isak's better than Tony. Isak's availability is the only thing. But as a footballer, I prefer Alexander Isak. Tony's older, he's in his prime. But as a up-and-comer and as a player I'd want on my team, and as a player that just gets the job done when he's picked, Alexander Isak. It's very controversial, even from my point of view, but yeah, he's going to go top tier for me. I'm not even going to discuss Haaland, because we know where he's going. And, I mean, while we're here, we may as well chuck Sonny up there. I'll look through the rest of this list, and they're basically the only 2 that are world-class. I think Erling Haaland and Heung-min Son are the only 2 that are going world-class. I wasn't really sure whether to put Richarlison or Son in this tier maker, but Son has played most of his games this year as a number 9, so I chucked him up there, but I don't think there's any debating the top 2 there. Haaland and Son can sit right up there. Haaland hasn't even done it over a long period of time. He's just that good. He broke the Premier League goals record in 1 season. And Son's body of work over such a long period of time, and he's now the poster boy of Tottenham Hotspur. Amazing. Alright. Jean-Philippe Mateta. I'm going to be real with you, he's subpar. I've watched Mateta play for Palace before, and I don't rate him whatsoever. He's been at the club for a while now, and no, he's just not for me, Chief. Not for me whatsoever. I'm going to try to get through this because the video is getting on a bit. Mateus Cunha, top of solid. Really underrated striker. He's really well-rounded. He can cut in off the wings even if he doesn't start on the wing. He's quick. He drops deep. He's a good goal scorer from outside or inside the box. A really, really handy number 9 for Wolves that I think they've got to hold on to at all costs. He's a brilliant player in my opinion, Mateus Cunha. Darwin Nunes. Realistically, he's top tier. His potential's world-class. But based off what he's done, I struggle to put him above Jesus. I really do. But he's been better than Jesus this season. Oh, I don't know. He just missed... I mean, it's a cop-out, but he misses so many easy chances for the amount of chances Liverpool create for the number 9. For example, if you put Rasmus Højlund in that Liverpool team, he'd be in a golden boot race. The amount of opportunities Liverpool create for their number 9, Højlund is insanely clinical. And it's no coincidence that Liverpool have started scoring more goals ever since they've been playing Diogo Jota up front and Nunes off the left. Nunes, for me, has got to probably go in between Jesus and Solanki based off experience and what he's done this season. But he is a top-tier striker, let's be real. And is he, though? He is. Yeah, I'm not going to be silly. João Pedro. Top of solid. Again, he's probably better than Mateus Cunha. It's pretty close, but 2 Brazilian strikers that can't really get a look into the Brazilian team. Brilliant. Again, he's a very, very similar player to Mateus Cunha. He's quick, he drops deep, he can play across the front 3. He's a very handy... He can score some absolute bangers. Both of them have got massive banger potential. But, you know, he's just a brilliant striker. He sort of rotates between Evan Ferguson. It's almost like they brought in João Pedro from Watford, which is a really intelligent signing, I'll be real. And they've sort of used him as a bit of a mentor almost for Evan Ferguson, and it's working really well. I mean, Brighton have been in awful form lately, but when it comes off really well. And Downey for Burnley. I can go there. Rasmus. The thing is, I'm not putting Rasmus in... Oh, might have to put Rasmus in solid. You know what? Chat with me all you want. No, I think... Okay, look. I'm a United fan. I'm Manc through and through, as you can tell by my accent. Piss off. He can go in top tier. Darwin, piss off into solid. If there are any Liverpool fans watching this video, they'll be almost rightfully so pissed off that I've done that. But Darwin Nunes, for the amount of chances he creates and how clinical Rasmus Højlund is when our fucking wingers create for him... We've got no wingers that create for Rasmus Højlund. He's so good at dropping deep and creating the play, but when he needs his teammates to do stuff for him, they just don't. And when they do, he is a top-tier striker. And I don't care what anyone says, Rasmus is top tier because he is brilliant when he gets service, and he's brilliant when he drops deep. And Darwin Nunes gets more chances than anyone in the Premier League and can't buy a goal. He's in good form at the moment, but I'm putting Rasmus above Darwin. I don't care. Nicholas Jackson. Is he better than Calvert-Lewin? Probably not. And that's a Chelsea striker we're talking about. And they've just loaned Armando Broja out. And now what are they going to do? You know that Jackson's still at AFCON. He's actually gone now. But they'll have... Well, who are they going to play? Sterling up top. Cole Palmer, false 9. What are they going to do there? Nicholas Jackson, he's a worse version. The thing is, Darwin's potential is world class, and I'm not going to deny that. He has amazing potential, and at his best, he is top notch. But I think Nicholas Jackson, his potential I don't see it. I saw it a bit in pre-season, but he's got no confidence. He's got no ability, in my opinion, in terms of what he needs to be providing to the Chelsea team. I don't rate him. Chris Wood. Chris Wood can probably go in between Cunha and Raul for me. He's an old-fashioned striker from New Zealand, big body, gets in there, brilliant in the air. If he gets it at his feet, he'll whack at top bins. Chris Wood, he's the most English Kiwi striker ever. There is my tier list. In my opinion, the worst striker in the Prem's and Downey. I mean, there's no surprise there. If I'm going to put him Downey above Mateta. You know, I don't rate Mateta. Worst is Mateta. Best is Haaland. There's a bit of argument that could go on here. Even I could take in maybe another half an hour sorting this out into how I exactly want it. But there's a tier list. In world class, Haaland and Son. Top tier, Isak, Tony, Bowen, Watkins, Jesus, Solanki, and Højlund. Solid is Darwin, Pedro, Cunha, Wood, Raul, and Adebayo. Okay is Calvert-Lewin and Jackson, and subpar is Downey and Mateta. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.